Hello, everyone. As Paul mentioned, my name is Tanya Inawa. I'm with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Maui. And those who know me know I like things short and sweet. So without further ado, we're going to get into the story. Kalo Boys adventure to make Pono, a Huakaʻi ʻOhana. I'm going to let Heidi and Mia talk about our kilo and makua boxes.
Awesome. Thank you. So as we go through the book, you will see a purple box, which is what we call a makua box or parent or caregiver box. And we will ask questions based on which box we're doing. So I do please ask you to answer the questions in the chat as we go along. So remember, purple boxes are the makua boxes.
Aloha. And then we also have kilo observations. And those will be more to ask the keiki about the illustrations and help them to answer the questions. So you might have to do a dual role where you're going to be the makua and the keiki answering in the chat box.
One day in a lo'i, not too long ago, there was a Kalo ʻOhana.
Let's name the different facial expressions. Why do you think they feel that way?
So we see mad, scared, sad, frustrated, tired. Thank you.
Hey, Kalo boy, how you stay? Hey, pua'a. I feel hoo-hoo because the lo'i is dry. Don't drink the wine. We don't have enough. I'm sorry, Kalo boy. I know what to do. Hop on my back. If you look for the source of the vibe, then you can find out why the lo'i is dry. You should ask Mo'o for help. We have to hike up Mauka. This is where to find Mo'o. No shame. Ask for help. Oh, ask for kokua. See you later, Kalo boy. Ah! Eh, Kalo boy, how you stay? Eh, Mo'o. I feel hila because I fell off Pua'a's back. I'm looking for the source of the vine to find out why the lo'i is dry. Can you kokua? Good thinking, Kalo boy. I know what to do. Climb on my back. If you look for the source of the vine, then you can find out why the lo'i is dry. You should ask Pueo for kokua. We have to hele up the street. This is where to find Pueo. No shame. Ask for kokua. See you later, Kalo boy. Not again. Eh, Kalo boy. How you stay? Eh, Pueo, I felt because I fell off Mo'o's back. I'm looking for the source of the vine to find out why the lo'i is dry. Can you, kokua? How very wise of you, Kalo boy. I know what to do. Leap on my back. I will take you to the source of the vine. Then you can find out why the lo'i is dry. We have to lele mauka.
For a kilo, how do you think Kalo boy feels soaring through the sky with Pueo? How would you feel? What animal and plants can he see from up there?
We have excited, empowered, free, joy, afraid of heights, living his best life.
Meanwhile, back at the lo'i.
So for the first makua box, talk to your keiki about emotions. Ask your keiki, what are you feeling? How do you think Kalo Boy's family is feeling since they don't know where he is right now? Worried, stressed, worried, scared, yes, anxious. And then you can talk about coping strategies. So the next makua box is just to point out, yes, all of those emotions, but the importance of naming it, explaining it, and containing it. So it's important to kokua our keiki and talk about those big feelings.
I see the source of the vine. The lower blocking the awai. That's why the lo'i is dry. Oh, wait, Kalo boy, I need to get kokua. I feel elehu. Mo'o, kokua. Kalo boy is being washed down the river. Hua'a, kokua. Kalo boy is being washed down the river. Oh, wait, Kalo boy, I need to get kokua. Kalo ʻOhana, kokua. Kalo boy is being washed away down the river.
For a Kilo observation, will the Kalo ʻOhana help? How does your family help each other?
We see, yes, everyone will help. Working together, we're a family, Laulima. For our Makua box, how can Kalo Boys Ohana work together to help rescue Kalo Boy? Connects like teamwork, from a work together, life like a rope. Awesome. So families must work together as a team. How does your family strategize? Kalo Boy asked for it. We told him once. Someone take, it's moving really fast. Ohana never gets left behind. Just being present.
What do you think they are going to do?
Individuals using their strengths together, make a dam, throw him a vine, form a chain, try to catch him on his surf downward.
Away, get Kalo boy before he gets to the moana. Hello, Laulima Kako to save Kalo boy.
For a Kilo observation, how do you think Kalo boy feels? How would you feel?
You see loved, happy, a lot of love, excited and safe, relieved.
Oh, sorry. Kalo boy, how you say? I feel hauʻoli.
For Makua, when do you feel haoli? How does your ohana help each other feel haoli? Helping others by cleaning up when the family is supporting each other. Who do you go to when you need kokua? Family, spouse, friends, akua, and family. Thank you. Okay, great. So at the end of the book, we close it with an activity that we call Who's in Your Lo'i? And so the Makua box says, who do you lean on for support, love, and or protection? Add your support people in the green boxes. So it creates this opportunity for the parent or caregiver, kupuna, to sit down with the child and think, who are all these people in our network, right? Who are our social connections that we can lean on for love and support? Who can we ask for kokua? And then they can write it down. So it creates this opportunity to map out who do they lean on.
Ua pau, the end. A'ohehana nui ke alu'ia. No task is too big when done together by all. These are protective factors. And this is the back of the book. Join Kaloboy and his ohana on their journey of making pono, which includes fixing the lo'i, getting kokua, and most importantly, lokahi, bringing everyone into balance and learning to work together.
So I just, the one thing I want to emphasize is from the very beginning, our mission in creating this book was to make sure that we could create these learning moments or opportunities for the parent and the child to engage. Because, right, we know that creates this language rich opportunity by having the kilo boxes, so they could go beyond the story, and look for more things inside of the imaging or the story. But there's also these life lessons that they can relate to help, build family strengthening and incorporate some of the protective factors in their home. And I really feel that this book is relevant, especially right now as we um, want to get to this place of balance, right? In our island with everything that has happened. And we are seeing that all of us need to be able to give kokua and recognize when people need kokua, but also to normalize that it's okay to need kokua. And as long as we all keep working together, I think that we can reach, as a people, and as an island, back to this place of lokahi. So thank you.
Mahalo. And I see Patty has her hand up. You have a question, Patty? Go for it.
I thought that was great. It was a wonderful job you guys did. I work at the Sex Abuse Treatment Center, and so I always dreamed about a book for a Hawaiian keiki that's been sexually abused. And I know that's not a topic that is, yes, but it's really important because a lot of the keiki, they don't want to talk about it. They feel shame. So I really hope that we could address this, whether it's a physical abuse, whether it's a neglect, not being fed. So I do want to see if somehow your team can do something for traumatized keiki. It's really needed. So, yeah. Is it possible? Because that's been because we have books about secret touch and things like that, but I do feel if you had a book where the kids can learn that it's okay to talk about it, and how to cope with when bad things happen. So I don't know if your wonderful team can come up with something. I really would appreciate it. Thank you.
Hello, Patty. Yeah, we will definitely take your comments and talk about them at our upcoming team meeting. And it's a big lift, and we would need to have people like yourself who really understand deeply the challenges and the issues and how to approach this in a really culturally sensitive manner. So we'll follow up with you, okay? Yeah. Thank you so much for raising that. Mahalo. And then we wanted to leave a little time for anyone who has questions or thoughts about the book, how you might use it. If you have questions for Saul, he's here, and his process, or any of our team members, we would love to hear from you. And then because so many things were going by in the chat, I'm putting in one more time. If you are interested in ordering the book, this is an interest form. It's not obligating you, but if you're interested, please fill it out, and that will give us information to help us plan and raise funds for more printing, if we have a sense of how many partners are interested and how many copies we need. We did a really limited first run of 1,500 copies, and we've kind of parsed them out. Everyone, I'm happy to say, we're going to send one to everyone who has participated in the conference today. So you will all get a copy of the book. And some of you have gotten a little sneak peek ahead of time, but you'll get a copy of the book. And then we have, a number of copies that are going to Hana, Molokai, and Lanai. And then we have a few left over for some other parts of Maui. And then the next run, next print run coming. So I'll be quiet, see if there's other questions or other team members who want to share something.
One of the questions in the chat was going so quickly. How long did the process take to create this book from start to finish? Any one of you guys can answer?
Okay, I'll kick us off. So we received the grant in May of 2022. And it took us a good couple of months before we landed on, yes, we're going to do a book. And then, yes, we're going to do it ourselves. We're not going to hire a professional to do it. So then we didn't have that creation. We talked a lot about our vision, but we really didn't have that solid until February. And then we had to, you know how grants work, everybody. We had to have all the money expended by May of 2023. So between February and the end of May, we might have gone a little over just by a few weeks. So it was at the printer, like I think mid-June. So it was fast, but not fast. And please, anyone else who has wants to add in.
Okay, next question. How long will the next run take? So the next batch of printing, I'm assuming.
That's a great question. A big factor depends on funding. And we did choose to use a local printer, Maui Printworks. And they've been awesome and so kind to us. And, you know, one of the factors too with printing a lot of books is that when they do come in, we need to get them out as fast as possible because we don't have a lot of storage space. So there's a lot of logistical things that come up. So how long the printing takes depends on how quickly they can get the supplies here, and as another factor, and what other jobs they have. So they printed in batches. We didn't get all 1,500 at once. Every week we got an allotment. We may do it differently next time.
How will you send the book to us? So this is for attending the conference. Do you need our addresses?
So if you filled out your registration form properly when you join the conference, we asked for your mailing address. So we will return to that, and we'll know everybody who actually came and who filled out the evaluation form. So that's another, fill out that evaluation form. And you'll not only get the book, but also a gift card. So question, I see the question, how much per book? That is a moving target. So, but for your planning, one of the things, it's not just the printing costs, it's also the tax and the mailing and the actual production resources and time for somebody to put the book in the envelope and put the, label on and mail it to you, and all the other behind the scene things that don't always get seen. So we're estimating maybe we're not really sure. I hate to say even a price. But in the Google form, I put, for planning, maybe think around $15 to $20 per book. We're thinking about, is there a way we can do this too, where some organizations have more funds, they could contribute more for those who don't. And on the form, if you truly don't have resources, just put 0. We want to know that too. And that's going to help. I'm going to be doing a proposal, probably more than one, to raise funds for this book. So with the help of Edel and our other Leadership Hui partners. I hope that helps.
I think that was the last of the questions, Steph.
Also, I saw that someone can't copy from the chat, so I will make sure and follow up in an email through Sketch to everybody with that form. I don't know that we can change the settings in chat, so apologize for that.
Thank you so much, everyone. That was great. Any other questions for the group? All right, then I would like to turn it back over to our dynamic duo, our MCs for today. Michelle and Paul, you're up. And I'm out.
They are out. Okay, just thank you everybody for attending today. Solomon, thank you for joining us to go through this book. You know, there's been a lot of heaviness in our hearts, but you know, we're talking about, you know, we put ourselves out there as service providers to assist with the healing process, but today was also about us going through the healing process ourselves. Really important to understand. You know, I'm getting emotional. This has been hard. It's been very hard for all of us. The good thing is I can cry, you know, and I can laugh. Like Tia said this morning, you know, we got to find the time to do both, but we have to recognize that if we're going to be on the front lines and we're going to be responding to this, that it is going to affect us. You know, and that's why it's important to take care of ourselves. You know, the protective factors, nurturing and attachment, you know, it's really important for us to focus on that also for ourselves. You know, I'm very fortunate. I have a great support system in my life. You know, and I'm not afraid to say I'm not okay, and that's okay. So, you know, Hoʻoikaika is a amazing partnership. It was put together to create a space for, and I do call you people healers. I tell people all the time, Michelle is a licensed therapist sitting next to me. She's a healer. She's out there healing people. She's healing hearts. She's assisting the wounded. And I don't think anyone on Maui ever thought we were going to have to go through what we went through recently. But you know, social and emotional competence in children and adults, you know, social connection is really important. You know, concrete support, that's one of the most important of these protective factors that we practice. So, you know, we just need to be a little more vigilant and understanding that these families are a lot more vulnerable than they have been. And we've expanded the amount of people that are in need of care. And I just wanted to say, really, thank you. Thank you for taking the time today. I think it was needed for us to just get away from what we've been doing, to sort of focus on self-care. You know, how do we be part of a healing process, and how do we bring in the healing process for ourselves? And Michelle, I'm just going to let you take over from that point. And I just want to say thank you to everyone. Solomon, thank you for taking the time out today. Thank you for this amazing book. It lines right up with what we're all about. Deb and the crew that put it all together, thank you. And Michelle.
Thank you, Paul. Mahalo, everyone. You know, each and every one of you are so amazing in all that you do. You know, I often tell people, you know, in order to feed, we must be fed. In order to feed, we must be fed. In order to do the work, we must be doing that same kind of work on ourselves. Yeah. Self-care, I think, you know, it's used so much, like, oh, let's go cut our hair, let's go do our nails, you know. Self-care is what you define it to be, but in my humblest opinion, self-care is taking care of your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, your na'au. Yeah, just realign, reconnect, whether it's going down to the ocean, whether it's just putting your feet on the aina, you know, and recharging, using what is given to us in order to heal ourselves, because we are no good to the population that we serve if we're not doing that. Yeah, ourselves first, our ohana, whoever you call or choose to be your ohana. It's all about care. In order to feed, you must be fed. You know, I also want to thank the Hoʻoikaika Partnership for continuing to put on this conference. I know it was an extremely difficult decision, but the way the partnership is honoring each and every one of you who chose to be in this space, to come in out from being on the land, helping our people, whether you're here on Maui or trying to get here on our other islands, just making that conscious choice to be here today, to me, that in and of itself is healing as well. So mahalo to all of you for making that very difficult decision to be here, but I honor you because you are. The choice to be here, I know was a lot. So, fill yourself up, eat as much as you can. And we're not just talking food, we're talking the company you keep. Yeah.
She has a bad reputation for the company she keeps.
No, it's gotten better actually. Company you keep, the words you allow into your kino, your body, your pu'uwai, just what you allow in your space, because when we're out there sharing and holding space for other people in our lahui, we are allowing them to take up space where we can then release for them. So be mindful of what you take in all ways, the food, the people, your environment. Make it be healthy in the best way that you can. Limit your amount in places that may not be as positive. So again, mahalo to the Hoʻoikaika Partnership for this fabulous conference that I get to be a part of. So very blessed and grateful.
And Patty, on your question about mental health, the room that Michelle and I are in right now is been very instrumental in healing our keiki from trauma, and it was designed for that. This room is a room that's being rented by the Friends of the Children's Justice Center at the Cameron Center. Free healthcare, mental health care. Michelle is on a retainer through our agency. And there's been a lot of healing that's gone in here, and you can't see the back of it, but it's a beautiful little room back there with a beautiful rug, and it's just very tranquil in here. And we are expanding, so please reach out. My email is easy. It's Paul@Maui, and then the letter C as in children, J as in justice, C as in center.org. We have expanded the services. And this is something I've been fighting for. Bobby, Joe, and I have been talking about this for 12 years. I've been doing this on a smaller scale, but COVID brought to light the issues, and we have expanded it dramatically, and we want to quadruple it. So please reach out to me. I would love some input on that.
And, just in closing for myself, before we have Dolly come back on, I just want to remind everyone to, again, feel yourself, care for yourself, malama. And
the link for the evaluation Deb has put into the chat.
It's going to be in the chat.
So
yes.
It's sitting there now if you want to grab it before, because we have an amazing, amazing person that's going to close us out today.
Yes.
And I want to also extend my gratitude, mahalo, Dolly, for taking the time, on your own dime, to fly over here and be part of our healing process, to see a smiling face over here en route to Lahaina.
Yes.
Numerous times to come out and be part of the healing process. Thank you, Dolly.
Mahalo, Dolly. She has been to Maui to help us, and you, mahalo for that. Love you so much. Again, I want to say one last thing.
She said that 3 things ago.
No, I never. Where it says no shame in the book for all of us. Please reach out to your support. If it's professional help, no shame in that either. We're breaking that stigma one life at a time, and we start with ourselves first. Mahalo nui loa.
And Dolly, you can take us out for the day. Thank you.
I agree with that. My hila. So no shame. There's no room for shame. Sometimes you just got to be like Kupuna and just say, my hila, pau. There's no shame in asking for kokua at any time at all. Let me see if I can share my screen. Can see him? A little bit, Planny? Let me try get into presentation mode. Okay, there you go. Now you can see even better. I've, intention every time. We always open space together. Together, we do them by ourselves. Sometimes we do it with friends, with family, however it is. We vehe ikeala, we vehe ikavahi, we vehe what we gotta vehe. The main thing is malama yourself, aloha yourself. My session was on he aloha pau ole vau. Just know that you are the aloha that you need to be. You are unconditional. Don't forget to malama you. And so just like the ocean, Kanaloa reminds us. So the ocean, if you never know, the kai has a name. And the name of the kai or the ocean is Kanaloa. And Kanaloa teaches me a lot, which I'm sure Kanaloa teaches all of you a lot as well when you do go and greet him. Or however you feel the essence of Kanaloa is, yeah? We don't really like to lock things in. Whatever the essence of Kanaloa is, that's who Kanaloa is. But you know how Kanaloa is, or, kind of come in to the shore, go away, back to the, into the ocean, the depths of the ocean, back and forth, back and forth. You can breathe with that too, use the rhythm of the ocean to be able to take care and malama yourself, but so much things we can do to nalu, like Kanaloa. That's you can go into a meditative state if you wanted to, reminds us of so many things, so many pilina actually. There's a lot of pilina, if you just noho and you noho pono and be with it and make sure that all of your ekolumau pico, all of the 3 picos, pico here, pico right at your guts, your na'au, and your pico ma'i too, right? All of your pico, all aligned, yeah? Bring them all together. Call your mana back. Just say, hey, I bring you back to me right now. Nothing wrong with that. Your mana is your mana. And your mana is also pilina with ancestors. Yeah? It is the collective of your ancestors, your kupuna. So, often we kind of say I, vau, o vau, but really it's kind of like ka koa paloa. It's all of us all the time. So for sure enough, in the morning was a bit kind of rough for me, just sharing, because I know kupuna keep telling me in a different kind of way, because I feel like I'm having hot flashes when I don't even have hot flashes. It gets hot. It feels like my room, it has 1,000 million trillion people in my space, which isn't very big. But all the circles, all the ancestors that you came with, all the hoa that you have that came with you, whether they have wahala passed on or whether they still alive. We have things called aka cords, yeah, or that energetic mana that we have between people through pilina, yeah, happening all the time. So what do we do to stay grounded? Let the ocean remind us, let Kanaloa remind us what to do. Jump in the ocean. Breathe with the ocean, Sit on the pohaku over here, Maybe go gather some pa'akai for healing, yeah, for later or anytime. What did you get out of today? We spent the whole entire day today taking in, just like the ocean, releasing, just like the ocean, breathing in the beginning of our day, in and out, hanu and ha, all related, all the same rhythm, it all works together, just gotta know and take the time to connect and find the pilina in everything. So ho'oku'u is something that Ku'ule Pereira had brought up last year, yeah? And it means like to kind of place or to release. This is a space of releasing right now. So as important as it is to vehe and open in the beginning, it's just as important to bring it all together, yeah, at the end of our day. And so I leave that with you, but I also leave some oli with you. Um, this is Kahalo Opuna and Manoa, who I have an affinity for as well. Love her to bits, you know. Um, she always greets when we're in that space or anywhere really. But a pule ho'ola aina, there's different kinds of pule ho. I mean, well, many kinds of pule ho'ola aina, or like life kind of pule for the land. You can't get enough. Well, like Kumul John Lake says, or has taught many times. Now, I haven't learned from Kumul Lake in the physical, but I do learn from him in essence, all the time. That you can't get enough pule. And for some reason, I felt like I had to do today 2 pule. So I didn't put the other one in a slide for all of you to see, but this one is beautiful to see. Yeah. It talks about how it's like calling upon the persistence of heaven, earth, the rain to allow the land and the growth to persist. Yeah. We recognize that the persistence of life on earth is the persistence of humans. Let me say that one more time. Yeah. We recognize that in the persistence of life on earth is persistence of humans. How's that? Another pilina. Yeah. Um, so like the rain, rain can represent fertility. It can, the pua in this oli, that doesn't only signify, and we know a lot of us in Hawaii, it doesn't only signify flowers or the flower or many flowers. Yeah. It represents those of us of Hawaii, you know, the descendants of this place. So this is also a reminder, even when we pule for the aina, we actually pule for all of us. Kako apau, seen and unseen. So let me share this with you, and after this, I will go into sharing a pule maliola for health, so that long life continues, to be with us until our eyes are, I think I shared it earlier, till our eyes are hamakaiole, like as wrinkly as the rat, the old rat, hamakaiole. Until we go back to Wakea, Sky Father. Yeah. So if you know the olis that I'm about to share, then do it on your end. You don't, just be with it, feel it. Try to hum to it if you want to, just connect with it. Create a pilina with the oli. Don't be afraid of these things. The oli are powerful if you create pilina with it, and it can open up so much for you and your ohana and your kaiaulu. Let us remember kuola kaiaulu. Yeah, we are strong and resilient together. Okay, pule ho'ola aina. E ola mau galawa, e ola mau kahonua. E ho'opulu mau ka wai ka aina. E ulu mau ka mau kele. A laila mo ala e ka pua. O ola hoi ke kanaka. Lele vale akula no ia. O ka ula ai ke akua. He nā nā mai ka umau la pula. He ola kanigo. Aumakai ole. Abalahala. Nagaui ka puane ane. Halailalawe aku oia ui ke alo wake ai. And with that, we clap together. Okay, ready? Akako? The pule is sent off. Mahalo.